Hey people, I've just done reviewing 3 kids shows. Keep in mind I'm autistic, 18, and everyone has a different taste in shows. Sorry, I just came up the stairs. Yeah, I'm unfit. Anyway, let's begin. Oh, wrong page. So the first show I reviewed, I used Disney Plus for all these by the way, was Mickey Mouse Funhouse. What looks to be a successor to Clubhouse. Oh boy, it was not good. Let's begin with the first episode. So, the first episode revolves around medieval times and dragons. Mickey and the gang are just, doing what children would do in real life play pretend. And they ponder the question, are all dragons bad? Minnie has an open heart and she's like, not all of them are bad. They're like, but how do we know? So they go to the fun house. Who's sentient and his name is funny. Real original, guys. Oh, and we'll get on to funny later, don't you worry. And Mickey has another Toodles-like character called Windy Weathervane. And they go on this weird catapult contraption that launches them to the fun house. Don't ask me why, I'm just as confused as you were if you saw the show. Then they go through the magic door because Funny the Funhouse can basically do whatever he wants and whatever the plot demands. So they go to a medieval place. And I'm not joking when I say this, but when he says, guys, look, I'm a castle, the castle intro plays over it. The do. Yeah, you know the one, don't you? And then shortly after, leaves go up to the surface of the moat and make bubbles. Where is this going? It's a poop joke. And then he says, oh, how embarrassing. I need to clean my moat. I groaned when I heard that. I paused, waited 5 minutes, and I was like, oh, for God's sakes, really? And it gets worse. And the dragon is... Then we learn about this dragon called Farvis. What kind of a name is Farvis? And we'll get to him in a moment. Now, this is a bit of an error on my end. But at first I thought he could breathe popcorn instead of fire. But later I wrote down, oh, sorry, it can breathe fire. Because the dragon... Okay, let's just get to the dragon. It's not scary at all. It's like you took Yoshi, made him a dragon, and gave him the colour scheme of Barney the flipping dinosaur. Yeah, I wrote, Farvis looks like a knockoff Yoshi. I bet no one could have said that better myself. Everyone's terrified of him. He's just a giant toddler. He's like unaware of his size, doing toddler things. I was sat there just like, why are you so scared of him? I get the point of the episode is to face your fears, but it doesn't do it very well. So I put in, I don't know how someone can be scared of that, but okay. Next episode, because what Disney Plus does is it says episode 1, but they clump 2 episodes into one, so I'm counting them as separate episodes. Episode 2 starts with them, the characters, going to have a picnic. And Funny, who I'll say my opinion later, is sick, but kids show classic, dismiss, oh, I'm not sick. And then later he's like, okay, yeah, I'm sick. And he tries to take them to different picnic spots because he's learning what a picnic is. They end up in the desert, not very nice. End up in a winter town, not that great either. End up on the moon at one point. Poor Pluto being in a hamster ball, man. I felt bad for him. And then he admits, he's like, yes, fine, I'm sick. And then they find out, oh, it's the sunflower on Minnie's hat. Man. Okay, these were my last notes. I couldn't continue past episode 2 as the character Funny was annoying. I still stand by that. His voice is horrible. He should have stayed a normal fun house and not shapeshifted into, a house that could talk. And then I note the dragon, how it doesn't challenge kids to face their fears. The dragon design should have been a bit scarier. And I rated the show a 2 out of 10 because there were only a few jokes that were good, and that were the self-aware jokes. Like at one point where Daisy says, "This is the part where we fall, isn't it?" in the first episode, which I thought was decently funny. Overall, bad show. Mickey Mouse Clubhouse was better. Moving on, the next show I looked at was Spidey and His Amazing Friends. Now, the art style got me worried. I was like, Chibi, oh no, this is going to suck. But I was surprised. Anyways, let's get on with it. So, episode 1, thankfully, they're still called Peter, Miles, and Gwen, but they do refer to their spider names sometimes. So, Spidey, as he's called, they're playing video games at the start. They're like having fun. And then Aunt May, who they decided to be a young woman, which nothing wrong with that, is like, "I'm gonna go get ice cream," and they're like, "Yeah, this is my favourite flavour, this is mine, this is mine." Then they go out, they're like, "My flavour's better, no, mine's better." You know, typical kid conversations. The only problem I had with the show, or at least the 3 episodes I watched, was in the first episode with Rhino. His voice was horrible. It was so ear-grating. But apart from that, the episode was good. It was them learning about teamwork and stuff. You know, gotta have your morals. So yeah, that was that. Moving on to episode 2. So they're at a museum and Black Panther's there. Granted, the voice actor tried to be like him. They did alright. I wrote Black Panther's voice is meh. And Doc Ock, I think they're trying to go off the Spider-Verse one, having it be a girl, steals vibranium. Oh, I forgot to mention this in episode 1. They referenced other Spider-Man forms of media, like they have the Vision through their eyes or something. I'm not a Spider-Man expert. You'd have to let me know. And the focus of episode 2 is patience, which is something not a lot of people have. And that was sweet as well. The third episode, for some reason, Miles has hiccups. Do not ask me why. The episode does not explain. And Green Goblin is reading from a book because he wants to get a sword or something. I wrote this, not gonna lie, Green Goblin in the show looks like a goblin from Clash of Clans, if anyone's played that game or seen the character design. It's hilarious. And the episode is like Miles trying to find another way to help his friends. You know, it's nothing too complicated, but sometimes you don't need that. Here's what I put for the overall evaluation. After watching 3 episodes, I can say this show was better than I expected. Yeah. I liked a modern show. What a shocker. The only complaint I had, I just said Rhino's voice. Overall, I rate the show a 9 out of 10. And the child actors weren't that annoying, which I was expecting them to be, but they're not. Alright, the last show I did was Alice's Wonderland Bakery. It's fine. It's cute. It doesn't do much. First episode, Alice bakes a cake for the Princess of Hearts, because apparently that exists now. And she's like, "Oh no, I ruined the party. I will invite the princess here. I gotta make her feel better." And the princess, she just immediately accepts her as a friend. I'm like, aren't you a little mad that she kind of ruined the party? But whatever. And the second episode is around the Cheshire Cat and how he's lonely, and you know, they end up becoming friends. And yeah. So I put for the overall, Alice's Wonderland Bakery had nice animation and cute looking characters. The food looks great, and the characters are nice to listen to. I rate this show 7 out of 10 as there isn't much else to say. So that was the first couple modern kids shows that I reviewed. A 2 out of 10 for being either fine or good is a good ratio so far. It's making it look promising. And yeah, do not watch Mickey Mouse Funhouse. It's nowhere near as good as Clubhouse. And yeah, as soon as I finished episode 2 of Funhouse, I was like, I'm not doing this. 2 is enough for me. I hope you liked this little mini review of some kids episodes. Let me know if you want to see some more shows and whether or not they're good or bad. I just thought I'd do something different for a change. So, see ya.